Alessio killing the snail was actually master strategy on Alessio's part. So, typically, when you see a bright animal, sorry, there's something going on outside. Typically, when an animal is like bright in color, like think like poison dart frogs, they're like bright blue, they're poisonous. Duh. But so Alessio's actually a master strategist because he killed the snail to prevent his entire team from dying to that snail. Because if he didn't kill that snail, Linda, Marissa, Anastasia, Natalia, Richard, Logan, and who else was on Isabel would have all been dead because they would have gotten murdered by that snail. So Alessio is actually the most important character in Disaster Camp Season 4 because if he didn't exist, guess what? The entire blue team would be dead, and then it would go to red team and kill all of them. And also, Alessio kept his paint so that he could poison Ted. Trust me. Which is why Ted died after his elimination. Yeah, in case you didn't know, in a Patreon exclusive scene, Alessio poisoned Ted, and then Ted had a heart attack and died. It was really sad. It was so tragic. I miss Ted Gordon. But yeah, that's why Alessio Castelli is the most important character in Disaster Camp Season 4. So here's how the elimination order would go if Alessio did not kill the snail. So first off, everyone on blue team aside from Alessio would be dead. So they would be disqualified because they all got poisoned and died. So let's talk about the elimination order, like how and what order they died. So I think that the first one to die would probably be Natalia because she'd be too busy like not paying attention and talking to Isabel or something, and then the snail would come up and murder her. And then by extension, Isabel sees this. She starts praying because she's a nun, and she's like, "Oh, God, please don't let this snail kill me." And then the snail kills her, and she dies. So the elimination order so far, in case you couldn't tell, is Natalia, then Isabel. So then Richard, because he's old, he trips, and the snail murders him. And Ted Gordon is like, "Oh my God." I'm not telling the rest of my team this because I am a master poker player, and this is the best possible move for my game. Letting my entire team die. You know, maybe red team too. So yeah, Ted he'd know about the snail, so he'd just go into hiding. So then the snail next goes for the next one that the snail goes for. I need to think about this. Hold on. Is Linda, because Linda would be too busy, I don't know, Linda would be spreading anti-gay propaganda. No, so Linda, she would be, what does Linda do? She'd be arguing with Natalia's corpse, and the snail would come over and, murder Linda, and Linda would die. And Ted would look at it and be like, "Ah, shucks, my closest ally is dead." Well, we're how many eliminations in? 4. We got Natalia, Isabel, Richard, and then Linda. So then Anastasia and Marissa, they're looking at each other, you know, because they like each other, and the snail murders both of them. Double elimination. I know, I'm such a great Disaster Camp writer. Nation's Cartoon should hire me because I could write such a good Disaster Camp season. So the only ones left on blue team are Ted and Alessio. Oh, and Logan. So Logan would befriend Alessio, and by Alessio would be like, "Okay, so there's a snail I know for a fact is poisoned, and I think like half our team died, man." And then Logan would be like, "Oh, what the freak? That's not good." And Alessio would be like, "Yeah, but it's like none of my problems because, you know, I kind of don't like talking to people." And then Ted Gordon would show up and say, "Guys, what if we what if we put the snail in red team's base? We could end the season real quick and make a final 3 deal. And Logan is opposed to this. Logan's like, no, I don't want to do that. And Alessio, being the nonchalant king he is just like, I don't care. Let me paint. So Ted says okay and brings the snail to the other team's base. And because Ivy sucks, Ivy dies. Not even because the snail, Ivy just explodes. So we start the next challenge, and which is the oh yeah, this takes place after the roller coaster challenge, which is the fighting one. And Trevor's like, what happened to all our contestants? Where's blue team? And Ted says he doesn't know. And Logan's like having a panic attack in the corner. He's like, guys, we need to tell them that half our team is dead and rotting. And Ted says no, because then red team would know their strategy. And Alessio doesn't care. He's looking at the sky and he sees a beautiful cloud. So then Ivy explodes mid-challenge. So they have to quit the challenge to have a funeral for Ivy. And, Zayd's pretty sad, Tristan's pretty sad. And then they both get poisoned by the snail and die. So that alerts the entire red team about, the snail. So, Spencer and Jade ask Ted if he knew about this, and he says no, and he says that Alessio knew about that. Oh yeah, we're in merge now because, blue team has 3 players. So Jade and Spencer say, hey man, did you know about the snail? And Ted says no, Alessio did. So, Spencer and Jade want to vote out Alessio. But since Ted only has Alessio and Logan as his allies, he decides to send this poison snail after Jade and Spencer because they're too smart and they die. So, now Ivy, Spencer, Jade, Tristan, and Zayd are all dead. So it's just Hannah, Benji, oh, why isn't Diego dead? Diego, explodes just like Ivy because Diego sucks. Yeah, nobody cares because nobody likes him. So we have Amelie, Hannah, Benji, and Logan, Ted, and Alessio. So, Amelie, Ted, Alessio, Hannah, and Benji continue to play the game as normal, and Logan's just traumatized. Logan quits the game because he needs to go get therapy. And Ted's like, come on, man, it's not that deep. And Logan says, no, I don't want to see people die anymore. And Ted says, come on, it was only, you've only known them for, 2 days. And Logan says, Ted, I can't do this anymore. And it's, a really emotional scene. Why is that guy running outside? Sorry, that's unrelated. But, so now we're at final 5, and Benji trips onto the snail and dies. And because everyone hates Benji, they're all like, yay, that guy's finally dead. And then me and my friends are sad because we like Benji. So, final 4 is Ted and Alessio versus Amelie and Hannah. And then Hannah's dead mother comes back to life because of all the sacrifices and destroys the poisonous snail. And Hannah's like, oh my god, Mom, I need to tell you all about my life until now, even though, everyone just died, and her mom disappears, and Hannah is depressed. And Amelie's like, that's kind of sad, hope you feel better. And then Alessio just quits because he doesn't care anymore. He just disappears, lives his happy life. And then Derek dies and he explodes because I don't like Derek. And then Trevor's like, guys, we need to quit the show because Derek's dead. I'll just give all of you a share of the money. And then Ted says no and stabs Hannah and stabs Amelie. And Ted wins the entire show. That's correct. Ted Gordon wins the entire show. Squid Game style. And yeah, that's what would happen if Alessio never killed the snail.